Hoover Senior 6525C that we unboxed and looked at not terribly long ago. Well, it is done. It is mostly finished. We just need to buff off some wax and make the top all nice and shiny. There you go, you can see it there. And fit a light bulb, which I didn't have time putting it together. So we can do it now. Have a look over how lovely it looks. See how nicely it came out. I'll tell you how bodged the bag is. And we'll see if it runs and works and does hoovery things once more. Let's have a look. Yes, hello, my vacuum cleaner and Hoover, who better chums. How are you today? Yeah, this one is another tick in the box vintage vacuum cleaner saved, and it's come up really lovely because it is a 6525C. It benefits from metal cord hooks, not plastic ones, and on those metal cord hooks we find a nice new piece of flex with the lovely vintage Volex plug, still fitted. It's not too bad, a few scratches, pins polished up nicely, and yeah, it's very age appropriate for this machine. Certainly the sort of plug that would have been fitted when new. I'll unwrap the cable in a minute when we go to film the next scene, but we must discuss the bag because it isn't the right bag. So person who arranged it thought it was, and initially I thought it was, but it is not. It is a bigger bag for the flange. We think it's probably for a 619, whatever the blue Senior was before this. I'm not very good with that model number because I never had one. So what I've done is I just folded it over onto itself and really uglily cable tied it to the bag. This is the cable tie that pokes through the bag. I didn't want to take that out because looking at that bent cable tie, it looks like it was an absolute war to get in. So I'm just gonna leave it. It's pretty redundant as a bag anyway because we have a SIBO, an actual genuine SIBO, because they're all the bags I had. I think they're air belt ones, something like that. But either way, we have a nice genuine SIBO bag. So this bag is just for show, really. Nothing structural about it. We have a piece of garden string on the top because it is a tad short, but when it's hooked onto the machine, it's fine for show. It's a genuine Hoover bag, so you get the Hoover logo. I think it's fine for now. The guy who owns it fully agrees as well, so we're going to leave it. It does cover up possibly the worst paint part of this machine. This was obviously stored somewhere really terribly. This is plastic. This hasn't been phased at all, but it must have been wet and damp on there for ages. And yeah, it's corroded, but you know, all the corrosion came off. The paint, it's a bit of it on the hood as well. The hood is not mint. We'll see how it buffs off. Well, now actually with the wax, because that's the last thing I did to it before I put it away, waiting for the bulbs to come. Is gave it a nice machine polish and a good coat of wax. So yeah, there might be a little bit of shine coming back into the bits of paint that have it, but sadly the bits of paint that don't have it are ruined. Yeah, it's just corrosion, sadly, under the machine. If you look really closely, you can see the texture. I mean, the bits of chippy chip are a bit of a shame as well. But compared to some of the Hoover Seniors that we've seen, it's borderline fine. It's, you know, at a glance, from a distance, with your eyes closed looking the other way, it looks okay on the top. Anyway, let's have a look underneath and get these hood screws off so we can get to changing the bulb. Just need to come into my Black & Decker workbox, this is the first video that I'm filming with it, having some tools, and I'm going to try and keep all of the commonly used things that I need in videos nearby. And I mean, I don't want to prop this machine up on the box because we'll just scratch the heck out the hood, but we can get the screwdriver that we need to undo the two hood screws that sit here and here. And yeah, underneath is much better paint condition. Whatever issues this machine had came from above, because under here is pretty mint, even more so now it's not covered in grease and gloss and grime. Painted the brush roll, the nice genuine bristles are good. And there's the hood falling off our lovely spotless motor. This is the standard that I like to get them to. It all washes up fine once you strip everything apart. You'll see that I literally stuck the machine together with, well, this is effectively cheap tiger seal from Screwfix, like generic gripple sealant, because yeah, there is a rubber gasket down there, but it's rock solid. So by using wob, you can still lever the motor up and get it off. It sticks down fine, and I think seals it as well. Stops a ton of air leaks. I finally stocked up and bought 10 Livia bulbs. Thank you to a man called, or who we call Light Bulb Fun, for sending me the link for these. These were very cheap for 10, and I've never had bulbs. So in fact, the person who owns this machine usually sends one with each one, but he forgot this time. So I took the chance to hopefully buy the right size and shape bulb. It is. And that will fit in there. Oh, blimey. I mean, we may as well turn it on with the hood off now while we're at this stage, and then I'll put it back on and I'll do some vacuuming. So we'll get plugged in and then we'll turn it on. Are these the correct bulbs? Fantastic, lovely. I mean, I can do this next shot, I guess, without actually having to put it together. We can put the hood and just rest it on the machine and pretend that it's screwed together, which it will be in a couple of seconds. That was making it look a lot brighter than it is. That's quite a nice warm light on this. Fantastic. Right, let's get this together. I'll put the lights back on and we'll do some hoovering. Well, mechanically, I think that is back to brand new. Life reset, son. You are now, I mean, blimey, this thing must be over 50 years old now. Mechanically, now it's 0 asterisks. Cosmetically, it's pretty nice. You definitely pick this up if it was nice and local and you wanted a Hoover Senior, and it's certainly another one in the very long list that we have restored. If you look at the hood from that side, it's incredibly glossy. Look, you can see yourself in there, probably see the birds, and the birds are literally right next to you in their new to them cage, which we currently have, but they only really sleep in it. They go everywhere else. It's very nice indeed, isn't it, girls? Yeah. All this Hoover action. In fact, there's the old cage, which is actually home to the hamsters, which you haven't seen yet. I'll try and put some pictures on the screen. But yeah, their old cage is just the perfect dimensions for me to rack out and make into a hamster house. And that is the current plan. But we need to play with Hoovers first before we play with Animal Home. So this one is ready to go back to its owner. Fantastic. Another machine of his that we have restored and made to look brand new. Do you have a Hoover Senior 6525C? And if so, what do you think of it compared to all the other Hoovers that you might have? Because as much as this is pretty much the same as a Hoover Senior 652C, yeah, the slightly different wheel arrangement I'm not quite sure I like, although the height adjustment is better, but there isn't much else in it. But certainly compared to some of the later Seniors, I mean, a nice 70s or 80s Senior is a good prospect until you realise that both of the cord hooks will be completely snapped and it will have a plastic chassis. I reckon these are pretty good buy if you just want a Hoover Senior to run and be a Hoover Senior and be long lasting. A nice cheap 6525C is probably the sweet spot. But for this one, its sweet spot is right here and now. So I thank you very much for watching. Hope that you might have enjoyed, and I and some other Hallmark Hoover will see you soon. Bye bye.